Hey everyone, what's up? Well, you know what this video is about. I'm going to make a coffee table out of pallet slats. I made a video a couple of months ago of me making one. I already had the table all bolted together and stuff, but I didn't show you pretty much a step-by-step process of how to do that. So today, I have these pallets back here. I got them from outside. We don't use them anymore. They're 8-foot pallets we use to put stuff on, but they're broken up so bad we can't use them. So I'm going to take them apart and only use the ones I want, the slats that I want. Some of them are busted up pretty bad. I might be able to use them. So I'm not going to show you the stupid process of cutting them down, because you know I'm going to use a reciprocating saw. I'm going to cut the slats off and cut them down, throw them in the dumpster, and then I'll show you the process of cleaning up the slats, how I'm going to do that on a table saw. So this is the first step here, and let's get going. Well, I got everything I needed to get done. Well, not needed to get done, because I have a problem with the reciprocating saw, the Sawzall. And when you cut, let me show you. See, I want this piece of wood as good, like up in here. If I put the blade in between here, it might cut into this blade up on top of this part, and that's the part I need. However, I could just rip the board in half, and you know, it'd be more ripping than I wanted to do. So I just, what I ended up doing was just taking it, cutting out the boards I wanted, and here they are here. And later on, I even tried, I was like, let me try a grinder, grind these out, but it's smoked too much. So I'm going to get a nail puller and pull these out. But these are all the boards I want. I might find a couple more pallets outside that I'll use. But for now, that's all I got. And that stuff's just going to get thrown out. And I'm going to save these and put these out up over here to dry out, because the heater right there blows over toward my machine. And they'll dry out for a couple days. And I'll pull the nails out, and then I'll show you the next step. Well, I got all the pallets cut down to the size I need. Well, not to the size I need. I just got them all cut down. I went back, and instead of prying all the boards off, the table is only going to be so wide. It's not going to be, I'm not going widthwise. I'm going this way to make the table, you know, and it's going to stack up this way instead of this way, because the boards aren't that long. Pulling them off splits the boards or whatever. I can do it this way. It's a lot easier. So I just cut them right off the runners. And so now what I'm doing is I'm putting them on a table saw, and I'm cutting just a sliver off there to square this side up, and that's all I'm doing. And right now I got a lot of them cut. I probably got at least 30 or 40 of them cut. I'm going to keep on going, and then as I look at the wood, I can pick and choose which color of wood I want in what place. So right now I'm just putting them on a table saw, running them through, cutting this side square. Well, I got a lot done since the last time I made a video. I want to show you what I got. I put the thread, after I drilled the holes and everything like that, I put the thread through there, put the nut and washer on each side. I bought a palm sander, because I used the square palm sanders. The last table I made like this, it left little squiggly marks on it, and I hated it. And I mean, it looks rustic, it's fine, but I didn't like it at all. So I bought an orbiting sander, and I went from 40 grit to 60 to 80, 100, or I think 150 and 200 or 220, and it worked out fantastic. I squared them all up, I cut them all down, and this thing is nice and flat. It's perfectly flat. The only problem is, like I said before, I didn't have a planer on my other video. I said I don't got a planer, and I couldn't make these things perfectly flat, so they're bolted as tight as you're going to get these dang things, but there's small gaps in between some of them, but that's fine. It's a pallet table. So I'm going to get as good as I can. So then I got these oak 1x6s, and I'm gonna have to just screw them in, put them on the ends. I mitered the joints. I didn't want them like the 2x4s I did, because that's just, this is gonna be oak and it's gonna be nice. And I cut the joints each side. I'm gonna screw them in with these. I could glue it on there, but the person I made them for, they liked these screws that I put in there. The ones I had were 6 inches. These, they're like deck things, and they come with a special a joist, something for joist or whatever, but they come with a special bit, and they're too, you can buy them up to 6 inches long, but this is gonna be long enough to get it in here and hold it into place. Plus it gives it like a little rustic look, the black head on holding it in. And for the ends, I got the boards cut, and I'm gonna have to I mark up how high I got it. I'm gonna drill a hole in there to cover up these bolts. Let me show you. I don't think you can see it on there. These bolts here. So I'm gonna have to route that out, and when I put it on there, I'll screw them in. And I think we could just put the legs on and we'll be done. But because that side's pretty flat enough to put the legs on it. So that's about it for right now. So I'm gonna put the sides on it, and then bada bing, bada boom. Get that done. Well, everyone, I got it all sanded down. Everything filled in. The joints aren't perfect, so I used some sawdust and some glue, and I filled in the joints like wood putty and stuff. And I bought a small, real thin piece of plywood, and I glued it on the back of this to finish this off, and then I'll screw the legs onto it. But I'm going to stain it. I'm going to put a stain on this, and it's going to bring the grain of the wood out a little bit better. It's going to be a Minwax Golden Oak, and I'll rub that on now, and I'll show you what it looks like after. I wanted to show you these things I got for the legs. All they are brackets. You take the screws and you put them in the corner and you screw them down. And the legs, you get different sizes, different shapes. They have a bolt that's mounted down in there. They twist right on. They're easy to install. They're about $2 a piece for this, but the legs themselves vary from $7 to $10 or something like that. So that's going to be that process. It's just really easy. Just put them in there, screw them in, and then you're done. So I'll show you the process of me staining the top as I stain it, so you can see the transformation from, you know, the bare wood with the stain. It'll look really cool. So I'm going to put these on first, and then we'll get to doing that. Well, everybody, I got it all done. I got all the parts put on it. I put the screws in there. On the bottom, I put some plywood, but here it is. Let me just show you. It's all done. It's all smooth, all perfectly flat. I trimmed it out with oak boards, and I got the legs on the bottom. And here's the bottom. I put my name and date on there. I put some plywood on the bottom of it, and I glued the end so it'll hold really good, even though the screws from the legs will hold it. And it was a little bit off, just a little bit off. So what I did, I took one of the legs and I cut a thin piece of wood and put it up under, I screwed it back in there so it leveled it off. So now it's level and you won't see that shim in the legs. But this is it, it's all done. Looks pretty cool. And my favorite piece of wood is this one right here. It has a lot of different figure in it and stuff, and a little knot there and stuff. But that's it, and I'll take it to her this Saturday. So I hope she likes it. it turned out pretty well, and it was about the size that she wanted one anyway, so there you go. Done. Thanks for watching.